Hi guys, good morning. I love you. Hazel and I are here. I'm loving the way that my background looks every time I look in the phone. Thank you, Brandy and Chris, for the flowers. I love you. Thank you to Lindsay for the cup because I'm using it for coffee this morning. Delicious. Thank you for taking me everywhere they went. I know I keep going on and on about it, but I'm just so grateful. All right, let's do a quick read. See what's good. Good morning. So we have the lake over there, and everybody's really nice. The owner's really nice. Everybody's really nice. Last night, the maintenance guy told me he was going to take my tires off so that I could never leave. But one thing that's bad is flies everywhere. There's been flies everywhere I've been out in the country. I love you guys. All right, let's check out those cards. Hey, catch me on Terradana-E7V and Terradana-Y7D on YouTube for lives. Until I get back on Facebook, I'm grounded. And also Everly OnlyFans, EVERLE for more solo fun. Join me there if you want. And then Dana Rose Terra Facebook if you're on my YouTube. See what's up. Walk your own journey. You need to make sure that you're practicing like deeper meditations. You need to really try to tune in. Like, you can do martial arts. You can try to be like more like an airbender or a firebender. That usually helps me. I'm not much of a yoga girl. I could try, but I'm kind of more of a gangster. So it says not to stray. That you need to build on your future one step at a time. Things could be overwhelming you right now. There's a lot on your plate. You may need to start to learn how to delegate, to ask for help. Think of yourself as a CEO, and now you need it. It's to a point now where things have, there's just too much, you know, and it could cause you to want to stray, as it says, and you find yourself going more into flight mode rather than fight mode. You could find that people are even immature and that you don't want to fight with them for those reasons. Okay, well then you still need to take care of the situation. You need to either remove yourself, they need to be removed, or the problem needs to be resolved. But you just don't ignore it, okay? It says you've been moving forward. There's been a lot of cycles that have come to a close, and you are now being told to go after what you desire. It says that you need to create with love in all that you do, and you need to love what you create. So if your hands are not putting passion and excitement and joy, if you're not waking up and going to a place that you can call a career rather than a job, then, you know, some of you guys have been this feeling this week of really honestly wanting to move forward, wanting to do something different, wanting to start your own business. You are feeling kind of like a loner energy when it comes to work. It's telling you to start asking yourself when you make decisions, like, how does this weigh? Like, how is this really going to be a positive thing for my life? Is it an investment, or is it just something that you're ending up doing? You need to have balance. You need to have the proper amount of time with all 6 of these things. It needs to be equal, and the time can be sometimes shared together with here and there's. But for the most part, each one of these sections, you need to be actually spending that time doing it with each person or each thing by yourself. Again, you can sometimes enjoy some stuff, like, but you have a section with friends. And when you're with friends, you're supposed to be with your friends, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend. They can come occasionally, but actually you're supposed to have just as much time with your friends as your girlfriend. You have love, friends. Same thing. Everything's divided like into a pizza-shaped party. You have friends, spirituality, work, career, you have yourself and your health, you have your family, and then you have your, is that it? Look up the balance chart. But it's actually 6 different sections, and it's all equal, surprisingly. Have you been spending time with your family? Have you been taking care of your health? Have you made your dentist appointments? Have you went to the doctor's appointments? Have you done your eye exams? Have you spent time with your family? And I'm like, your family is gonna be your original family, like your birth family, not the one that you created. That's kind of like your love in the future. So when you have your love, you have your, and you do have your family time and your love in your future too, but make sure that you guys are spending time with your actual true family. Some of you guys are kind of picking up this energy, whether you're fighting with your original family or you have a lover that is difficult to get to do things with, that it goes positive. You guys might have been together for a long time. It could be a lot of bickering, sometimes fighting, and I think that there's just something you gotta let go. You got a habit or a person that you gotta let go here. Some of you guys lack contentness, and contentness is the ability to be happy wherever you are with whatever you have. And I learned that shit after Martin died and Zeke and I broke up. It was my first word of like this process, content. I was like, well, shit. The first time I practiced it, we had actually broke down, me and this other guy, in Cle Elum. And it was going to be a 12-hour layover, basically. And I remember thinking that word to myself. We did have a good day that day. We took walks. We didn't have a lot of money that day. We stopped by a little restaurant, sat at a table, and enjoyed the way that they had decorated. And it's the small stuff for you that's going to make the biggest difference. Things are being really chaotic for you in your life right now, whether you've been doing the right things or the wrong things. You're still somebody with a hustler-like mindset. And it's just kind of bringing a lot of the same things here onto the same plate is what you need to actually separate. You need to have each section, each chapter of its own. It can't just be blending here. You need to turn your goals into a reality. So goals need a plan of action, and they need a deadline. And then you make your mind up, and you say, this is what I'm going to do. And you follow up with yourself. If you're going to say, I'm going to get a job, well, then you need to say, okay, well, then what do I need to have a job? Well, you need 2 forms of ID. So you might want to go get your social and your license or your driver's ID, whatever it is. You might go get your food card. If you want to work in the food industry, you might go get your social security card. You might just use your phone sometimes, to actually Google the steps to take to get where you want to be, instead of scrolling through some of your exes, or just, you have an interest here. There's like a strong interest that somebody here is scrolling to go see somebody that they were a part of the life of in the past. You made a decision to move forward. You're making this decision, and you actually are regretting leaving people behind to get this done here because you mixed these things together. And so you weren't able to get these things done here when you were with this person. And so you had to betray or fight with somebody to achieve this goal over here. And now you missed this. Now you're regretting it. That's because you need to separate your chapters. And it's not hard to be honest and just say, I can't provide for you what you would want in a church relationship. Let's be friends. You need self-control. For some of you, you keep sleeping with people, and then it's like you have to lie to them, and then you lose friendships because like you have an addiction to doing it. And there's a lot of somebody's getting angry at just my energy. What does your heart want? It wants to be loved, and how could you be loved when this is what you're delivering to other people? You're lovable when you act right. You need to know that whatever we end up doing, myself included, when we make these errors and we do people wrong, anything, small or big, we have to make all that up. Like what we put out, we gotta rack back in, dude. And so the reality of us getting where we would want to be, where that love level is, where those achievements lie, and also karma waits for your biggest dreams to come true too. It's like, you're gonna know how many times you've done all these different things and how many hours you've spent thinking in hate, how many times you've glared at somebody, giving them a low form of witchcraft. That's what they call it. It's evil eye. It's an actual mental thought of negativity towards another person. Like, how many hours a day do you do that? Somebody has a very pessimistic attitude when it comes to an ex-lover of theirs, and this is exactly why the fuck they don't want to be around you, with all due respect. You're a fucking asshole, and so am I. So we gotta work on that. come to my YouTube, Teradena-E7V and Teradena-Y7D.